Yeah, we're a treat. We're a real treat.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I look as ugly as ever. My wife's beautiful as ever.
No.
Yes, she is.
Today.
Yeah, today especially. So today especially, like I said earlier, we are. Oh, I'm filthy though. We are in the middle of a big move. I am here at the trailer. You'll see the awning is up. It is ready to move. Look what else, guys. Look what else. Oh, the slide is in, and we are getting ready to go up there to the shop. However, like I said, we got to do one stop in between, which is a drive to town. We're gonna try to fix our black water, get it working a little better. We get it dumped. I'm hoping the drive itself just kind of sloshes all that nice stuff around in the tank, and then it all comes out nice. So.
Because you did button it back up and put the insulation back in.
Yeah, I did. Maybe I should have waited. But
I'll put the link down in the description below.
Yeah. Anyways, so here we are. We're almost packed up and ready to go. Laura's got a few things to take off the trailer. We got some windows to close and some little bits and pieces to move. Just wanted to give you guys just sort of an intermediate video. Beautiful sunny day. Oh my goodness. But I swear it was almost snowing this morning, and I showed you the video of the back of the car. I mean, it's all dry now. Look at that. And I wrote ice. Yes. We had frost, we had ice. It was not nice, but now it is gorgeous. It is beautiful. It is mostly sunny with a couple little clouds. All right, enough yakking. Let's get cracking.
Okay, so we're back from town. We've cleared out our area that we were sitting in before. Derreck's gonna move forward, and then we're gonna back ourselves all the way up. If you try to go right a little bit more, you won't go in the big divot.
I don't have a choice. I'm up against the log, so I'm just gonna keep going back.
Okay. It's a little tippy for me. I don't like tippy. Chickens are wondering what's going on. Hey, Bob Brent? What's going on? Oh! So pop the slide and see where we're at.
Yep.
Okay.
Not bad.
No, it's cool.
Great.
All of a sudden the shop got smaller.
Yeah, right? You stick this big thing in here and all of a sudden you're
Doesn't it feel like it's kind of like a barn?
Well, it's less than half now. This thing's gonna take up 2/3 of the shop.
Yeah, cool. What do you think? We've got room. We can come through here.
Yeah. It's wide enough. Is it straight? It feels like it's skinnier at this end.
It's pretty. I mean,
do you care? How perfect do we want to be?
I don't know.
I'm cool with it if we want to take a minute. We're here. Like, I don't know. It's gonna be a little tight back here. Maybe we should pull forward just a bit.
I think you should pull forward and to the left a little bit.
To the left?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
pull forward and to the left?
Just a tiny bit. The stove is going right
A lot
here.
better than where we just came from.
We're protected. It was a perfect sunny day, so we didn't get wet or, you know, it's just perfect. So we'll set up a few things in here. It's still going to be a work area, but we'll put a couple pieces of furniture out here just so we have some space. So we're not just sitting in the trailer the whole time. All right, we're going to set this up.
Well, it was a long day. We didn't stop all day. I've had like nothing to eat all day. tiny little bit of egg. I don't even think I ate a whole egg and a bun. But I've had 2 beers. So look at that. We got all our stuff up here. We're situated. We got a nice little fire going at the burn barrel. We're probably gonna mess with it a bunch, and we got a little more to do, figure out where the generator goes and figure out the rest of life. But we can get snowed on now and we won't die.
Not that we were going to.
I don't know, we would have died before, but anyways, I feel like there's a pretty decent weight off my chest. If Laura hadn't asked for 3 more inches, I'd have put that thing in first time. Like, I backed it all the way up here like nobody's business. Put it in there, first shot, first crack. You're my witness. It happened. And then 20 minutes later, after we were all unhooked and the rugs were out, somebody said, it's just a little bit crooked. I can't live with it. Anyways, I love my wife. I do anything for her. So I hooked it all back up and spent 15, 20 minutes trying to get it just right.
Yeah, but now it's just right. No one's worried about it.
There we go.
Anyways. It's gonna be there for like
a while. Well, we're gonna be here for about a year or so. Yeah. Anyways, you guys know the saying, happy wife. Happy life. So she's smiling, look at her. And so am I. All right, we're gonna have a couple beers and a dinner and a good night's sleep. It's supposed to get cold tonight, but I'm not that worried. It's like, it's okay now. We can get cold because like there's ways to keep things warm. The walls are gonna start going up. I'm gonna pull the stove out tomorrow. Anyways, I hope everybody has a good night. Thanks for checking us out and following along. Subscribe wherever the subscribe is. And we'll see you next time.
It's freezing out.
And we'll just cut a piece for here.
Yeah, sure. Today is the 18th. It was -2 last night. It is currently I just saw a snowflake. It's wet snow.
Oh, it's snowing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, guys. I don't know if you can see it. It's snowing. It's cold out, and we spent the afternoon skirting in the trailer. I'll show you quickly. Whoa. Hey Layla, it's snowing. So we went to town, picked up some of this foam board and started skirting in the trailer just to help it. Once we get the walls on the shop here and the wood stove in, it's going to be a lot different. Hey, is that a fox? Hey, is that a fox? Whoa, bear. Oh, cheesy.
Sit. This is not working. Are you kidding? Everything is working great.
What is that?
Oh, yeah, that.
See a sly fox?
Phase 1 of task is completed. Now we're gonna have to do all this over tomorrow. All these kids do. I understand.
I know, cheesy. Good morning. It's actually quite pleasant out. We've had a couple days now of some nice weather. We have been kind of slow on the videoing because we haven't really been doing much really in the sense to show. We did get the RV all skirted in, and that's been a few days now, and we have noticed a difference. This morning it was 12 degrees in the under area of the trailer, and it was 10 degrees out. So we know that this is working. It's keeping the heat in. Feta is enjoying the setup for now. Hey, Cheesy? Underneath the shop area, I still have a few things to put away. It's a mess right now, but we just have our sitting area here, the dining table, but it's a dumping ground for wood and all that kind of stuff. Derreck is working on the walls. We need to get these up ASAP. So he's back here. We've got the last 2 posts put in that are not really for anything other than
Hold the wall.
Hold the wall. So what we are doing, because we didn't do a foundation, this is to get done, get quick. You know, it'll help us through the winter.
It's a shop.
It's
not
a shop.
meant to be lived in.
No. We are working.
doing.
Yes, we are working on putting a board that's gonna run from this post here on the outside to the sea can, and then he's gonna dig it down a little bit so it sits in the ground. As you can see, he did a little notcheroo out of there so it could fit. And you see the gap. That's how much he's gonna dig down, so this will sit on top of the cement. And then we will put our sill plate on top of that and build this wall. I am working on digging out the wood stove that was given to us by friends. It is, of course, in the very back of the sea can. So it's behind these totes you see. And all that stuff, of course, on the top is sitting on top of the stove. So I need to get all this stuff out. We need to get the stove out. We need to measure it, figure out what kind of piping we need. The other thing I was working on this morning was dealing with, the metal roofing, trying to figure out what we need to do, because it's not going to be perfect, because we're not putting the same sort of money into the shop as we would a house. But I'm just waiting to figure out, do we do full sheets of metal, which would be about 40 feet long? How do we get them up there, or do we cut them in half? So that's what we're working on right now. Working up a sweat, I tell ya. Oh my gosh. Something must not be going well over there. Some expletives. Anyways, as you can tell, the sun is shining. It is gorgeous. It is 14 degrees. And Feta is loving life at the moment. Hey, cheesy dog. I got everything cleaned out of the sea can. I got the wood stove out. And I got stuff put back. It looks a little different than it did before because I got rid of some stuff and put it in the shed. And that's leftover stuff. Here is our wood stove that was gifted to us. I've got to do a bit of research, but I'm gonna build the base it's gonna sit on, whatever. And it's gonna go, I don't know, somewhere in this area. And I'm gonna build a platform that's raised for it to sit on. I've got some rocks that I'm gonna use, so I'm gonna make some sort of frame. I don't know, I'll have to call my dad and see how to do it. That's what I'm doing. And well, looky here.
What?
We may or may not have heard you swear.
Oh yeah, well, sometimes driving nails requires a little cursing to facilitate going in properly.
I had my harvest I grabbed before the frost came, which I probably should have done it a little sooner. But anyways, that's what I got. Not bad. Not bad. My tomatoes are still green. They didn't do anything. The plants are dead, but whatever. Maybe I'll make some cowboy candy at some point. I'm not sure when, because I'm so busy, but anyways. So the next acre neighbor came over, and he's helping me build my hearth for my wood stove. Hi, Tom. So we have some rocks. So look at this one. Isn't this gorgeous? This is going to be the front of the area where the wood stove's gonna sit. And then we're gonna kind of play puzzle pieces with all these other rocks and get some more if we need to. And then we're gonna work on mortaring it all together. Is mortaring a word? I don't know. So we're gonna work on this and put it in place and see how it goes. We've got the crowbar here. We're gonna move it along and set it in place and see what's shaking. Derreck's working away on the next wall. And
I'm not shaking.
you're what?
I'm not shaking.
You're not shaking?
No.
He's stirred.
See what's shaking.
Oh, I see. We're working on a project together. We're building a hearth. Oh, excellent.
I'm making use of all my, what do you call it? Masonry skills,
Oh, yeah.
whatever it is.
Well, you gotta do it again before you forget, right?
It's actually going fairly well. Now, do you want to slide that one in around like that, or what?
Anything from the store? No. Good.
So what do you think? I mean, because, you know, that one kind of balances that one if you just go in like that. But I think with that one, the angle back is actually the other way.
Yeah, like I think if you, this end is more smoother, or, I don't know.
And then this one and this one sort of complement each other. Like that'll be like this. Sorry, I'm just trying to stop doing that. There's no point in working that hard. I'll leave it to you.
Okay.
Because then you can do it, the way you want to.
No, thank you. That's a great start. I'll be playing around with it, and I'll find rocks, and I'll smush it all over, and
Figure out,
yeah,
where you want them all to go before you cement anything.
exactly. Well, I hear thunder and lightning. That's why we've got a rainbow and some sun. We have wall 1 framed, wall 2 framed of the back wall. There's like a little mini one in between the posts, and then another one the same size, and then the side. And then we're almost all walled in on the bottom, framed in on the bottom. Then we have to do the top part.
Looks smart from the bottom. I like how it turned out.
It looks great. And let's go this way. Look I got sawdust in my living room. How horrible. But this area, it was all nice and pretty, and now it's a mess because of this. And I'm trying to make it work. And the rocks are heavy, and I'm trying to figure it out. Getting there, slow and steady. That's where the wood stove is gonna go. So it's about 4 o'clock and only a couple more hours of daylight. We're gonna try to get as much done as we can before we have to go in and tidy up. It's early to bed because we have to go to Kelowna tomorrow. So anyways, that's what we've been working on today.
As you can tell by my toque, it's a little cold this morning, a little frosty. We got down to 0 last night. What's more important is getting walls done right now. So that's what we're working on. I'm getting this short piece here done between there and there. And we're gonna get this back piece done. And we're gonna get this back corner walled in, hopefully. I don't know if it's today, but I'm gonna try my damnedest. I set goals and it's hard to hit them some days. There's just lots of other life going on. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut out where that footing goes so that this piece will sit on the ground. It's quite a bit higher over here, so I'm probably gonna have to like sister a board or figure something out to make it work a little smarter on this end, because it is quite a bit more distance underneath that one there. So, but I think it's gonna be good enough. Anyways, let's see if it fits. Oh, Billy, how do we fit? Like a glove, I think. Shim it up. Oh, look at that. It is level. Just got to come up a little bit on this end. Not much. Not too much. Just a bit. Too much. I don't know if it just needs to warm up. Or what? To take a minute, hammer these home. Oh no! Hate it when that happens. Let's see. Shall we? Not too high up. He's a nice guy. His name is Derreck. Thank you, universe. Victory's mine! Oh yeah. Just talking to the people. I'm okay. I'm alright. I'm okay. For now.
Well, the other day, not yesterday, the day before, started working on the hearth here, and Tom came over and gave me a hand and helped me put these big, huge rocks in place. And then after he left, Derek and I worked on putting the rocks, these other rocks in place, and worked into the late evening where it was so dark we couldn't see what we were doing anymore. I'm working on filling in the gaps, and I've got a last little piece to do back here, these little pieces in here. It's pretty level considering. And if we have to shim up the wood stove here or there, that's fine. It's hard to get these rocks perfectly flat, but we're gonna have it set sort of here, so there's a bigger spot here to put some wood or to sit on. Get this finished and as level as we possibly can so that we can get the stove on, and then from there we go ahead and we need to get stovepipe, which we haven't done yet. There's just a lot going on.
I think it's about 3 o'clock-ish. I'm not actually 100% sure. We got a bit done. As you can see, there's Laura. She's working on some cool stuff. She got all her rocks in, and now she's doing the mortar. Here, let's see if we can zoom in a little better. There you go. She's doing the mortar work between the rocks. You're gonna brush that, right? It's not like your finger marks. Is that how that goes? Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, I don't know. I've never done this, so that's pretty cool.
I like it with my finger.
All right. So how do you feel about that?
I think it's really neat.
Yeah.
And who knows if we're doing it right. Neighbor Tom came over and
Got you dialed?
got us started in here. He's just went back to his place to grab a brush, because the one I have, we don't have much here, is just this little guy, but you kind of like go over it, you add some water and stuff. Like after a little bit, you kind of clean it out. But anyways, that's sort of what I'm working on. I'm just getting it into the little crotch. It's kind of like therapeutic. I'm just thinking like how cool it'll be. Like this was kind of, you know, we have some really nice rocks here, but for the house, like I would probably be more particular about the rocks.
You mean when we do our home build?
Yeah, for the home build.
Yeah.
I would be more particular. In
Absolutely.
The rocks
this is
and
a little bit
placement.
rushed, right?
So we're kind of rushed because we need to get the stove in here. But you know what? I think this is a really cool piece that'll be here for a long time.
And there's our stove right here, if you haven't seen it yet. There it is, and it's going to sit on there.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really neat. And this is rocks from the property, and
yeah, I think it's super cool. Okay, I got to keep moving here, hon, because I got to go to the hardware store.
oh, and get Layla.
And I should probably grab Layla. And this is what I got done. You guys saw me this morning. I was working there. I got this done, and I'm missing one board, but it's kind of, I would have left it out anyways because I'd like to be able to walk through here as long as I can. You'll notice I haven't framed anything in like doors or windows or anything. That is because I just need to get it closed in. Yeah, it's going to be dark. I know. But I'd rather be warm in the dark than cold in the light. So we're going to frame it in after and figure it out after. And it might be more difficult and it might be a pain in the ass and I might wish that I would have done it differently. But this is what I'm doing. Anyways, guys, we had a pretty productive day. Look at that beautiful, like I said, the sun just come out and just turned it into a really great afternoon. Unfortunately, we're out of the sun here already, but look at that beautiful larch tree right there. Look at that. Just golden. Tom, thanks to my beautiful wife. Thankful for the beautiful day we ended up having. It is getting cold again. Supposed to get down into the minuses again tonight, but like I said earlier, the skirting is working well. It's keeping us about 8 to 10 degrees above whatever the nighttime lows are. So I think as long as we don't get like minus 10, we should be okay. As long as we keep rebounding with some warmth in the day, hopefully we're going to be okay. I mean, we're going to be okay. I keep telling myself that. It doesn't always feel that way because there's a lot going on and it's a little bit scary right now, but we're doing it.
I'm making dinner. This trailer is a total gong show after we got back from town, Kelowna. We got cupboards open and vents open, trying to, like I mentioned about the condensation. We got these like little things in here that are supposed to stop some like damp rid, get rid of moisture. They don't really work. Droplets in here. Already you can kind of see, I don't know. No, you can't see. It's fine. Trust me, there's water. I need to wipe it all down. We gotta be better about, like I said, windows a little cracked, the vent open. When I'm cooking in here, to make sure I have the fan on. We are having chicken breast with lemon juice, garlic, paprika, some herbs, white wine, mashed potatoes, and in the oven I have some squash. Spaghetti squash that I purchased and my little tiny acorn squash that grew to be like 2 inches big. That's okay. Layla's room, we had to switch it from her head being at the other end to this end. Say hi, Layla. Because one, she kicks out all the blankets all the time and they end up on the floor. I don't know why, but this way the blankets are always going to stay in the bed, and that should help. She had a lot of moisture in her room. I went to make her bed this morning and there was a ton of water. Clean it all, dry it all up today, bone dry, and I had her window opened. And she just has to be mindful not to close the curtain, otherwise she's trapping in her breath, and that's the problem, right? In her little cubby space here. It's a lot. It really is. And it's overwhelming, and it takes a certain kind of person to do this sort of thing. And as much as we love it, it can be hard harder than we thought it was going to be. It's tough. It really is tough to live in a small space, to not have the warmth, to, be on a tight timeline, just how things lined up, product and, getting out here later than we wanted. Of course, we wanted to get out here in April or May at the, ideally, but we were out here at the end of July. So from the 22nd until today's the 24th of October, so July 22nd to October 24th, we have accomplished a lot. That's for sure. I am happy with everything we've done. And now we're down to the wire. We need to get the walls up on the shop. We need to get that stove pipe so we can get that wood stove going, so that way we can get this place warm. We'll worry about insulation. We'll worry about all that kind of stuff as the time goes, but getting the walls up to cut any, wind, drafts, it's going to make a huge difference. And we're just going to pump that wood stove. We have endless supply of firewood, so that is not a problem. Anyways, guys, we will have to do a sit down and a chat with what we have learned in these last 3 months. And by the time you see this, it could be the new year. It could be 2025. I don't know how fast I'm going to get to editing once we're, it's time. But I'm sure you'll have a lot of questions. We have a lot of questions, and I wish that we were posting as we were going through this build part, because it would have been great to have answers back when we were asking them, because I would have posted it in the week we were filming. However, that wasn't the cards in this process for us. There was no time. We needed to be all hands on deck, and spending several hours working on it when we didn't have the power and running the generator. It wasn't the right thing. But lots of video gonna come out. Boom, boom, boom. And I really hope you guys are enjoying our little adventure. I guess it's not so little, it's quite large. And following along, and all of your support and all of your love. It means so much to us. It's incredible, and it really is. Hearing people say, wow, I wish I could do that. Wow, you've got guts, I mean, we have a dream, and it takes a lot to get there, and we're making it happen. And everyone that gives us words of encouragement only makes us work harder and gives us the energy we need to finish this dream. So thank you all. I'm gonna get to finishing supper, and we'll see you tomorrow.